All right, guys, we found Carl Eckstrom over here. He's a classic San Diegan. He's been in the game for a little bit. He's been shaping boards since. When have you been shaping boards there, Carl?
Probably from the mid-50s.
Mid-50s. What got you into shaping?
I grew up in La Jolla, and I got into shaping because I didn't have any money to buy a surfboard.
Yeah, that's kind of how I started, man. I was like, well, I want to make a board because I know I'm never going to have enough money to buy one of these high-performance boards. Yeah, exactly. And you might as well learn how to do what you're doing, you know? And I just started fixing my boards, and then now I really, really want to make one.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where I come from, too. And then I started building the boards for my friends, and then eventually I got into the business.
Got into the business?
I started out as actually a glasser to begin with. And I glassed for Velzy back in '58. I shaped a few boards before then, but then after '58, then I turned into a shaper. You know, I wasn't really a shaper before. And I shaped for Jacobs and Bing and Ole and Kahn surfboards. And I had my own shop in La Jolla. First one was in '63. And I had a shop there from '63 to '70, and that's kind of when I got out of surfboards back in the '70s. And now I just got back in, you know, because this is a real sculptural form outlet for me, and it's you know, a real artistic outlet, and so that's basically why I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's very artistic. I'm checking out some of your asymmetric boards over here. Tell us about this incredibly Frankenstein-looking board here. Tell us what's going on here.
It's pure function, you know. And this board is designed for a right foot forward surfer, and this gives him this rail gives him the down the line speed and drive. It's got a keel fin on this side, and then the other side for the back side, we're going to a quad system, and it's a much shorter plan shape with a lot more curve, so we get a real strong backside turn. With a regular fish, the fish is really outstanding, is a great design, but it doesn't want to transition from rail to rail very well. And this board has a natural tendency to go from rail to rail. So it's basically, I came onto it from riding wind and sea. I always liked one board going right and another board going left, and I just combined the two boards basically. And I had the patent on it from '67 to '84. And then after that, it went into windsurfing, where they were making the hook tails. And they're riding in these places where they needed to drive down the line. And by pulling in both rails, the board was really good down the line, but it'd want to track. And so by putting the hip on the backside, the board would come back down the wave, and then they could get back on their fast rail, their drive rail again.
So you kind of evolved here from an approach that Micah had, Micah Wood.
Yeah.
He had just, you know, had a feel, and he said that he quite couldn't explain to people what he wanted, so he just did it himself. You had a feel, exactly, you felt what you wanted, and you were like, dude, you know what, I'm going to combine my thoughts here.
That's exactly it.
And it looks like it's doing well for you.
Yeah, it's great. It's a real functional design, and if people really think about it, they're standing asymmetrically about the board. Their back turn is different in technique than their forward turn.
Exactly.
And so it really has application. You know, it really does. And it goes for something that's a lot more custom. And one of the reasons, you know, I built about 500 of them back then when I was building boards. And it really didn't take off, you know, for the retailers. You taking off, Ryan? Well, gosh, I'm going to come up and see what you're doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. That'd be the best thing. Come out to you.
We can see him. He's got a life-size version of this asymmetrical board here, and as you can see, it's got the double stringer down the sides of the rails there, and it has that one fin over there from the quad. It's quite interesting, but apparently he rides the heck out of this thing, and it's a heck of a board. The functionality of it is absolutely. Once you think about it, it really does make sense, and you know. Carl was telling us it works because your body moves different ways. Even though we want to try and stay even, we just got to come to terms with the fact that we do move differently, turning in different waves. So we're gonna chat with Carl here in a second and see what he's got going on. All right, Carl. So where can we find you coming up? We you know, for those of us that didn't get a chance to come out to PB Surf Shop and catch you tonight, anytime coming up soon, we're gonna be able to find you.
We're going to be at the Sacred Craft Show in San Diego at the Convention Center. That's coming up August 14th and 15th. August 14th and 15th. And that's going to be a great show. Those shows are always just super.
All right, I hear you're gonna be hanging out with Richard Kimder.
Kenvin, yeah.
Kenvin?
Yeah. We're going to be in with him. We'll have a booth there, and be there with John Wegner that does the Alaya boards. And we'll be showing a lot of footage on what these boards are doing. And so Richard has some incredible footage. And that was just Ryan Birch, and phenomenal rider. God, he's just unbelievable.
Yeah, we saw Ryan with one of your life-size versions of this asymmetric board there. Exactly. It was pretty cool. We were checking it out. Now, as of right now, we cannot get Carl's boards if we want them. Got to hold off, guys. This is definitely good stuff, man, so you want to keep your eyes open. He's got definitely an artistic and a very, very revolutionary design here. This guy is going all out, and he's putting some thought into it. So you guys are going to want to watch out for the asymmetric boards and check them out over at the convention. All right, man, we're going to go over here. Catch up with Randy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carl.
Okay.
Hey,
Carl,
Randy.
thanks for coming, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Randy. How'd the event go overall tonight?
Oh, this is great. This is just what we wanted to do, is get a good selection of our shapers here in San Diego, get the thoughts in these shapers' heads shared with, with our clients, our public. So, and that's what happened, man. There was a creative group. The panel discussion went great. That's what we're doing here at the shop. Just keep, putting the focus on the surfboard shaper and the surfboards.
I like the mesh of the diversity. We had all the old, some of the new, we just sharing the wisdom and some of the stories of the older guys and where they came from, especially when it comes into the board shapes and how that's working. It's great how you just push all this together from people to boards, just a variety, all coming together, man. That's what surfing is all about. It's that bringing together of all of us, man. It's great stuff.
Yeah, that's part of the idea. Was I'm friends with all the veteran shapers that were up there, and those are the guys that I grew up attached to their boards and their shapes. And the idea is we got this younger shaper out there, and you got like Micah and Kevin Conley, like right in the middle. They've been doing it for a little bit now, but they're right in their 30-ish age, and they're right there in their prime. And then we got these young guys, and that was the plan, is to invite some shapers that don't even that we don't even have here at the store, but they need to get their word out. And also I just think the impact of being around the people that have done it before, just listen to how they share and how they explain themselves, and I think it's it will have an impact on those guys. So if that happens, great. So anyway, it was a good night. Keep your eyes peeled for our upcoming events at PB Surf Shop, and we're having fun. Just want to let you know, we got a great green room, organic clothing, upcoming events. We'll have more music, more speaker engagements, and surf films. So talk to you soon.
It's great, man. We got all kinds of stuff. Shoes, all kinds of boards, different shapes and sizes come from all different people, young and new, and new and old. Sorry. But you guys come out. We had a great time over here. This is Corey signing out.